You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. It's a Thursday. We've got Dear John letters coming up later in the program, but right now we have Dear Dan. Dear Dan.
Yeah, hey guys. nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
It's okay, I'm moving a little slow.
Dan sent us an article that I think we should discuss.
Yeah, this is...
Oh boy, don't know.
Yes.
Oh, because I sent that email and I'm pretty sure I said, leave me out of this.
No, it's been all over the internet, so I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this. There's a delivery service. I guarantee you this guy's fired by now. I haven't seen the follow-up story, but I'm sure he has been fired.
Fired?
Yeah, he was fired. So, in Tennessee...
I snorted, please don't do this.
We have
Come on.
Dan,
this is awesome.
And here's the thing. We can't do it on our syndicated show because we're on the air in that community. I can't mention it because if we mention it, it could be the radio station owner's brother for all I know. We actually had a story that we talked about one time, and then we found out it was like a guy who used to work at the station. I'm like, well, I don't know that.
Right.
Well, step lightly.
So there was a dude last week who was upset that he was delivering food for a delivery service.
Correct.
There's several of those here in town. We won't mention their names, and they'll thank me for that here in a second. He was disappointed that his tip was 89 cents.
Yeah, somebody got a little grubby with him, yeah.
So it was like, $11.50 or whatever it would have been. He rounded up to the next dollar, and they just basically said, yeah, we'll give you. So it's 89-cent tip, and he had to go quite a ways. So he gave them a tip of his own. He opened the salsa.
The salsa.
And there's a video of him doing this.
He recorded it?
Yes. There's a video
what
of him.
an idiot.
And he pulls his pants down and puts the salsa and then teabags the salsa. That's officially what that's called. He put his... Now, this is the scientific term. I don't know about teabag, but his
This is where what you go with.
in the salsa.
All the choices in the world. And that's what you go with.
I don't know what I was supposed to say.
Well, the cat's out of the bag now.
Well, the bag was involved, all right. So it was a very disgusting thing for him to do. And he seems to be shocked that he got in trouble for this.
Well, you can't be dangling your junk in the salsa,
No.
John. And
You don't do that.
I don't care if it's chunky, hot, mild. No.
I just think that seems like a really bad idea, and I've never done that.
So
What? Why do you even have to say you've never done that?
I just want to make sure that I preface
Hey,
it.
I'd like to throw in with John. I haven't even heard it. But now that it's rattling around in my head, who knows about tomorrow?
No, I've never done that, but to me that seems like a sensitive area of the body that I would not want to put in salsa. Because salsa...
it was probably mild.
Even if it's mild, it's just not the kind of thing I want to introduce to that piece of my body.
He signed me up for maple syrup.
No, I don't even want to do that. So, moral of the story is...
After he was done, it was the zesty salsa.
Oh, Lord.
We weren't even going to talk about it on the program. And then Dan emailed Heidi, said, I double dog dare you. So
I did.
I wanted to talk about.
She
I
wanted to
think
talk
this
about it
is
on the syndicated
hilarious.
show.
And he would have gotten away with it if he wouldn't have videotaped himself.
Probably. So that makes you think, how many people do this all the
Not
time?
unless he left some curly hairs in there, then they would have discovered it on their own.
Yikes.
Makes you wonder how many times this kind of thing happens.
I'm guessing 7 out of 10, John.
I hope not. I hope it's more like 1 out of 100.
Which is why
or
I
1,000.
personally prepare all of my own food.
That's a good plan. I think I will from now on, too. Yeah, we're not putting that on either. Thank you very much for participating, Heidi. Why don't you go sit down? Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you on the MTV?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. Time now for manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion.
Manly men are we.
I love this one. You ever been best man in a wedding, John?
I have.
Okay. And
I don't know that I was ever really that great of a best man.
And that's the thing. And I've been to a lot of weddings myself. And the best man is obligated to make a toast at some point. I've seen great ones, and I've seen cringeworthy ones.
I was a wedding DJ for 22 years, I think, and I saw a lot of bad ones.
A lot of bad ones. And that brings me to the manly man tip of the day. learn how to make a toast.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the best man thing. There are other times when you may be called upon to do that, or maybe something simple as a family reunion or whatever, to be able to stand up and go, and I propose a toast to, and to make it quick, to make it powerful, to make it unique, funny, humorous, whatever your personality may be. It can be a real game changer.
That is a cottage industry, Dan, helping people write their toast.
Oh, sure.
And I've seen people who have done really good charging people to write their speech.
Yeah, and I'll just share this briefly because my mother still brings it up. Would have been about 40 years ago. My then best friend was getting married.
Yeah.
We literally didn't like each other, me and his fiance. And I mean, we had a history.
Oh, no.
And I knew some stuff about her. He had no idea, whatever. I'm basically telling him, I'm going, dude, do not marry this person. Don't. She will fleece you, ruin you, wreck you. Do not do it. So he says, so you're going to be my best man then? I said, well, yeah. So standard issue wedding. Then we're at the reception deal. And the glasses started clinking and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I grew up with the guy, so my ma's there, his parents are there at the head table, and I stand up. And I look at him.
Do I need to get my finger on the
And I look at her, and I mean, she is glaring at me. I mean, it wasn't just we don't really care for each other. We, nope.
Right.
Not fans, period.
And what came out of my mouth was, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the saddest day of my life. And that's how I started. Oh. My mother does a face plant. And I just let it rip.
Oh, no.
Let it rip. They moved to California. She took him for everything he had, and he came limping back, and he said, dude.
You should have told me.
You were right.
He did. He said, you were right. Okay,
well,
whatever.
that's too bad.
Live and learn. He's happily married now and has been for years. So.
See, sometimes it all works out.
I'm not saying it was bad toast. I'm just saying nobody saw it coming. I'll tell you that. Everyone was paying close attention.
The best man just went rogue.
The better man.
He's naming names.
My mother still mentions it. It's hilarious.
Pulled out a notebook. He's mentioning dates. This date at this place.
Yeah, and as she puts it, she goes, honey, Danny, I was so humiliated.
I'll bet.
You bet. I'm a giver, Mom. Love it.
Making it memorable. Don't do that, but certainly work on your speech and make sure you know what you're doing. That's a good manly men tip.
That is.
Coming up, we've got Watercooler Talk brought to you by Aqua One. That's on the way on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
You heard it on your Walkman radio?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris joining us right now for Watercooler Talk. Brought to you by Aqua One.
By Halverson's Water. I got pretty jacked up there.
You did.
I even did the point thing.
Yeah.
Tippy toes for that for some reason. It's radio, Dan.
All right, we've been talking about this since the advent of let's build a couple new schools in Sioux Falls. Okay,
Yeah.
let's name those schools. Okay, let's do that. And then it's, what are the mascots going to be and the school colors? And we do have an answer in case you haven't heard. The Jefferson Starships.
Yeah, they're not going to
They
call
did
them
not
that,
pick
though.
that.
It doesn't matter because that's
what we're going to call
That's who they are to us. You just, whatever, man. This is our party.
Yeah, and it's going to be the Williams and Rhee Middle School. No, that's not what they're really calling it, but that's what we're going to call it.
Right, exactly. But for Jefferson, the Jefferson Starships, apparently they're going with the Cavaliers.
I like that. That's good. That's fitting.
Okay, definition, Cavalier, look it up, which I did. It is a noun, a supporter of King Charles, originally the first in the English Civil War. Also, a dashing and attentive man, especially one acting as a lady's escort.
How about
Just
Chevy?
gigolo. And it is a really low-rent Chevy product.
Chevy Cavalier.
That's sold from...
I had one of those for a while.
You know, I didn't mean it was low rent, John.
It was. Here's the funny thing, Dan. When I graduated in 1994, I remember saying, I really like that car. I'd like to get one of those. And then later, as an adult with children of my own, I did get one. It was a 94 Cavalier.
Well, you know what?
Nice car.
General Motors cranked them out from 82 to 2005, which is a long life for a model. But the fact of the matter is, it was one of their best sellers
Yeah, they
for
did
pretty
really
much
well
all
with
those years.
It was a good-looking little car for a while. There were some ugly years in there, too, though.
Well, it was built the same frame, basically, the same model as they used for, what the heck was it? The
Are we really
Olds
doing
Forenza.
this? Aren't we a little off topic here? We're supposed to be talking about the schools.
Oh, I got completely. Start talking cars, I just go nuts.
Oh, we forgot Heidi was here. Oh, yeah. What are we doing again?
So, yeah, the Jefferson Cavaliers.
Yes, and their colors are green and black and white, right?
Well, Chevy Cavalier was black, by the way.
I didn't even hear. I have no idea what they picked for colors. We wanted red, white, and blue, so we lost again on that.
I know.
Yeah, I think they said that one was green and black and white.
So
and
how
then
do
the
you watch
other
the
school
press
was...
conference?
I did. They had 3 young ladies. They were supposed to be 4 kids that represented 4 different schools, but they had 3 young ladies from 3 of the schools. The only one I remember for sure was New Tech.
That's where
because that's where our daughter goes to school. And there's a very strong emphasis at New Tech High on public speaking.
Oh, yeah. And it showed.
And I will tell you what, that girl from New Tech
really
I mean, she just blew the other 2.
And the other
they
girls
all
did a
did a
good
great job, but
Yeah.
you can definitely tell
That there's
which
a
one
strong emphasis.
has the training on public speaking because she had the eye contact, she projected her voice, she was confident.
It was amazing
She
to
did
me.
a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job.
It was amazing to me to see the difference in our daughter. Because in our household,
yeah.
Dan, I don't know if you know this, but in our household, there's a lot of us are kind of full of air. We're windbags. We talk a lot.
I'm sorry. I've been ignoring you for a couple months, actually, John.
And my son and I and Heidi a little bit. And our daughter, growing up, she didn't really say that much because she's like, you know what, I don't have anywhere to even say anything. Because when she would start talking, she'd get cut off. So she started going to school at New Tech High School, and she came out of her shell big time, man.
Big time. She was very shy, and she
not
does
shy
not
anymore.
mind public speaking at all.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great school.
It
It
is.
really is.
I wonder
love
how we know where Jefferson's going to be because somebody was saying it's kind of out in this neighborhood out here somewhere.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it'd be the northwest part of town. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in a building right next to Southeast Tech, next to New Tech High. So that's when I say out here. Some people might not know where that is. Out here? Where's out here?
Yeah, just look for the lean-to with the skull and crossbones flag.
No, I want to do that. All right. So Cavaliers are the names, and what were the colors? Green and white and blue?
Green, black, and
Green, white, and black,
apparently.
I think, is what they said for the Cavaliers. And then the other team is the Bison, right?
I guess I didn't hear. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's like a John Small press conference all of a sudden. We know some of it, but not all of it.
Well, all I know is
watched it.
Cavaliers. That's
It's
all
the
I
Bison
knew.
is the other one.
It's the Bison. Well, I certainly hope they rainbow it.
There you go. Well, coming up, we've got entertainment news of the day. Up next, we've got Jeff Harding from Prairie Real Estate Group. That's on the way as well. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's one of our little toys.
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris. Dan, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, first and foremost, of course, quick reminder, celebrities are
Fabulous.
fabulous. You guys been running around trying to look for a house thing the past couple months off and on. So
I've been working with Mr. Harding on that.
okay. Well, sometimes some things really aren't quite what they seem. The Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch initially went on the market back in 2015.
Oh, yeah.
It's 4 years ago. The asking price on Neverland was $100 million.
That's a pretty
$100 million.
steep check to write.
It is, and according to a realtor now, with what's happened over the past couple of years, and we'll get to what's happened with that price and why, he's going, back then, if a place had the mystique like that, celebrity vibe, blah, 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 it was really no big deal. Somebody might pay it.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work. They got no buyers, and so a little while later, that price went from $100 million to $67 million.
That's a pretty deep discount.
Oh, we're not done yet. Now with the advent and I guess HBO, what is it? Some Michael Jackson special where he's not looking good in this thing.
Yeah, it's not good at all. There are a lot of shows, a lot of radio stations that have pulled all of his music from the airwaves.
So really, that big of a deal?
Yeah.
That big of a deal?
BBC, one of their channels, they quit playing anything to do with him. So,
Really?
yeah.
Well,
Even
that
Jackson
is,
5,
that
so
is interesting. You can get Neverland today, which again started out 4 years ago at $100 million. It's now priced at $31 million. There's a lot going out there. It's a 12,000-foot square home.
Yeah.
Almost 3,000 acres.
Wow.
I mean,
That's a lot
that's
of land.
Yeah, it's a lot
so
of land.
31 million. But again, Michael Jackson's hooked to it. So who knows? That is really, really interesting. I haven't seen that.
Does
that
the
special.
monkey come with it?
I don't think
Whatever
the monkey
happened to the
comes-
monkey? Justin Bieber had a monkey too.
It might have been the same monkey.
I
We don't
want
know
a
this
monkey.
for sure.
Do you think they shared monkeys?
I really want a monkey.
She does want a monkey.
We can get you a monkey.
take the inflatable monkey in the corner, Heidi. There's your monkey.
We do have a monkey in the studio.
We do.
He's a blow-up monkey. And again, I'll thank you to stay out of my personal business. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
said good day.
I said good day.
Well, so if anyone's looking for a bargain, they could just mosey on out to California and buy a $100
Neverland
million
Ranch.
mansion for $31 million.
31 with 2,700 acres.
Well, maybe if the three of us go together.
We're still $31 million short.
Pretty incredible. It's still, that's where, that was Michael Jackson's hangout. And again, I'm not, whatever, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect, but
there was this
like
one
to
guy,
think
but we killed him.
We crucified him, so, yeah. I don't think that I would want to live at Neverland.
I think the realtor can live with that, John.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what's this? John Small doesn't want to live here?
great. Now we got to drop the price again.
Terrific. Well, he's the reason I drink.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to offend them at all.
That's it.
I'm not on their target list.
Celebrities, sometimes they really aren't.
Fabulous.
This has been Entertainment News of the Day. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, my pleasure, guys. Thank you.
It's part of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. Coming up, we have Dear John Letters. That's on the way.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, with an extra hour of fun, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.